unlikely. Mirana just getting picked up. Surprising that we go 2 fan phases and that is still standing.
Yeah, but a lot of the heroes we can dispel are still in the pool. There's still a Baron. There's still Legion Commander. If they want to shift Magnus towards 4 to get rid of that arrow, Omni Knight is banned out.
10 seconds remaining.
Yeah, they'll definitely want to pick one up now, though.
Why these 3 heroes became popular once again, since Mirana was a top tier pick for a very long time.
Absolutely. It should be pointed out that actually there's enough to go around here, Lacoste. Each side can get a Dispel core if they want, right? Which, Gambit, I mean, they still need an offlaner, unless they're intending to run the Ogre in the free position. We've seen a few more teams experiment with that recently. Mixed success, I'd say. But then again, if you're an offlaner right now, you know, you think about how offlaners feel right now, they're always thrown under the bus, they're always downtrodden and trampled on. And you tell them they can build a Midas on a hero as an offlane. Sold. Sign me up. Whole season, baby. Let's go.
I could be building Midas every single game on Ogre.
And justifying it is great.
Yeah. You know you're going to have fun, though. That's the thing.
Yeah, the best part of your game is walking up to a camp and hoping that you proc the Midas multiple times. Right, the Beast comes out. Solid pick, and there's a Dispel hero already in the hands of Gambit.
Oh, that they didn't even think about it. Beastmaster, great ulti, but gets dispelled with one Baron shield. So you're heavily committing, and you can't even use it on a Baron. It's an extremely good pick for Gambit right now.
Does it feel a little bit odd that Beast Coast prioritized this Beastmaster? I mean, I imagine they've got something in mind on the lane with it, but it just feels like there were 2 Dispel heroes still left, so you had to know that this was coming. You know, even if it's not the Legion you're thinking about, you know the Abaddon is there, just as popular. They'll come out with the PL.
They wish they could have picked this Abaddon into Legion Commander instead. To have overwhelming odds against Phantom Lancer, it would still be a Dispel, but what if you could repick or unpick enemy hero? Like, yeah, we're unpicking Phantom Lancer right now.
Oh, no. You make it really interesting. Like, you unpick and ban their hero, but they get to choose your next hero. We're just really going to stir the pot here. All right, if you want these stupid mechanics, I'm going to one-up you, Lacoste. We're going to make it even dumber.
Oh, you win.
This is Midas Mode 3.0. Let's go.
You just said the dumbest shit ever, man. I can't think of anything
hire me
better / worse.
Hire me. I'll direct Midas Mode 3. It's just decided at that point. You know what else we're gonna do, Lacoste? On the LAN, musical LAN chair. So like every 5 minutes, everyone moves the chair to their right. But bam, we get to see how good FNG is at hitting creeps. And you know what? I'm gonna make it even worse. If we won't even fix your key bindings with a custom mode, you'll just be stuck with whatever your teammate had.
What did they ban Invoker? Dispels. The Bloodlust can't control the backline. But yeah, what do they need? They need something that benefits from Drow Ranger, from Bloodlust, and that has some kind of AoE that deals well with Phantom Lancer. Amber's still in the pool. He's not affected by Drow Ranger Aura, but again, Dragon Knight. Like, you have a built-in splash damage, which is great against illusions.
And he's a Radiance builder against the PL.
Yeah, Radiance builder benefits from Drow Aura and Bloodlust. I think it's a great pickup if Gambit wants to go for it.
OD ban did come out from Beast Coast. They have to reveal first, so more likely you see a kind of safer choice. Whether it's someone like the Templar Assassin, perhaps.
10 seconds remaining.
Could be TA. Could also be a Timber Saw.
5 seconds.
Considering that they banned OD.
Does Timber feel great against Drow at the moment because the procs, right? With the silence? Like, once you have Lotus, sure, but before that, is it a little bit worrying?
Team pick.
Oh, they go for the Monkey, okay.
Another gap closer. Basically, it's one of the few teams besides OG who love to run Monkey King.
I also like the amount of anarchy they have. Like, if you actually look at Beast Coast's fight, there's a lot of chaos factor to it, right? There's the threat of RPs, Ignis going down, a PL running around with 10 copies himself, Primal Roars, Monkey King Wukongs. Whereas when you look on Gambit's side, it feels more like they need a good pick-off to start a fight, right?
So yeah, I feel like they wanted to block pick the Ember Spirit with this Monkey King, and you mentioned the Storm Spirit. They literally have 0 low cooldown stuns for him. This is going to be an interesting matchup. Like this Storm will have ton of attack speed. He will have a Baron sitting behind him.
Yep.
But I'm not. It's also Storm Spirit into Phantom Lancer, which means that he's not going to be able to stand his ground and man fight.
No. And the other thing to look at, I think, is going to be this mid lane is critical. Like, in fairness, we've seen what GPK does in one-on-one scenarios, but this is a buff lineup where there's going to be that global effect from the Drow. So against a low armor hero like Monkey King, you could easily see how he beats the Monkey King on the lane. And also, if you look at Beast Coast supports, they don't really gank. So there's definitely going to be a big priority on Chris to rotate to the outer lanes to look for kills rather than trying to just win the mid matchup one-on-one.
Yeah. Storm Spirit is a great hero when you are playing the side lane, getting a pick off on these supports who don't have any escape mechanism. And the problem is that Beast Coast, they just want to group up. They will keep farming. They don't have a ganking lineup. This lineup is built. The only one who's going to make any kind of move is actually Monkey King, because Beastmaster will have this like mental barrier that he can't use to roar because he's going to be afraid of a Baron using the Aphotic Shield and just completely removing it. So I don't think we're going to see many kills post 10-minute mark, at least from the Beast Coast. They're just going to be playing passive, farm up, give Phantom Lancer time to grow.
Which means the pressure is on Gambit to actually try and find those kills. And in fairness, they have 2 good supports for that in the Ogre Magi and the Mirana.
Yeah, I want to see how mid matchup is going to go. So far, GPK won mid lane hard in both of these games. It seems like a stronger laner. GPK, I don't know if we talked about it on stream or off stream.
We talked about it everywhere, Lacoste.
Some of the teams wanted to pick him up. The dude looks insane. He's only 18 years old.
Yeah, this is like, CIS has been waiting a while now for the next big kind of, is this a Sumail moment? And like, it may be early days, but there are showings of it, right? You see those kind of moments leaking through. I guess the interesting thing in the next year or two to see is if he starts to lose that as he becomes a little bit more seasoned. Because that's the thing, like you see these new flashy players, they make these high-risk plays that more seasoned players would just steer away from. Gofield, he's got the boots, so he'll be able to walk this off easily enough. He didn't spot out the vampire is down here still, though. They could still potentially find him. They got the ignite, and in fact, Stinger's an easy kill with the arrow through. Can't sidestep it in time. Skewer, beautifully tried, but FNG gets first blood.
Yeah, I love how FNG was. Sorry, guys, I see that you're not close enough. I'm going to take this kill. No shenanigans.
Totally was required. Let me just tap this one more time. I mean, they're tapping Hector pretty hard as well. And he doesn't have a salve. That arrow, that's a whiff. But they get the first blood. They did get both the top runes as well, as Beastmaster wasn't willing to contest the Abaddon. Give him a wide buff.
Oh, this tri-lane is not that strong from Beast Coast. If they decide to keep it, I can see them losing it. It's Mag, if he doesn't get any skewer near the tower, he's really not that effective. If you compare him to what Mirana does or what Position 5 Ogre does, it's huge difference.
You can already see FNG is deciding which one he wants to ignite here because they have got the arrow. Oh, blocked, but the skewer does catch the arrow. Stinger almost dies, still had to verify to stay alive. This is, yeah, as you said, this is not good. And with Hector taking level 1 Doppelganger, he doesn't even have the means to slow them down and set up kills.
It's also Keeper of the Light with Blightstone. What?
This is like full in. If this doesn't work in the first 2 minutes, I just feel like your supports are worthless for the next 5. Maybe that's an overstatement, but it's like you can already feel it. Like, what do these two supports do? Lower that
armor by 2 on my boy Ogre, sitting on 8 plus extra 2 from Ring of Bassi. He's not gonna even feel it.
Yeah, even if you use on the Drow, you're not getting her to 0 armor, where the true value lies. It's just a very odd start for Beast Coast. They must have someone in mind.
Yeah, I love what FNG is doing. He doesn't want to kill Keeper of the Light, he wants a bigger kill.
Vampire. in trouble. He will go down, but the bigger kill in the mid lane. GPK just got a solo against Chris Luck. All right, we've seen this before. What's the point in even looking at mid? Let's look at something, a different narrative compared to usual GPK games. The bot lane, his stinger does go down.
Let me get my arrows back. And then you can...
Also, you want to buy a magic stick. You're playing against a tri lane. You know there's going to be some kind of a spam.
Nothing will stand in my
Schofield.
way.
Just on it's on a search, a self-discovery mission, because he might discover the fountain if they get in range for Ignite. Boots keep him alive though. Stinger might not be so lucky. This hero has like no armor. FNG has plenty, so he can stand his ground. Blind Light finally comes out to keep him alive. They're wasting so much time chasing Vampire here though, and he can just leap away. That's a creep wave for the Drow.
Yeah. 2 supports chasing him. As you mentioned, free lane for the Drow, while Ogre will still try to deal some damage to the Phantom Lancer.
Schofield. Okay.
We did talk about the top lane. Top lane is
Yeah.
going to be pretty even.
It's
usually,
just a farm fiesta, right?
Yeah, usually when you're playing melee against a Abaddon, you know you're going to lose. But now there's a Boar, which will slow him down, so this Curse of Avernus will not be that effective.
And also, the board does a decent amount of damage, right? Ever since they changed it to be composite armor type. So it's more... I think, like, wasn't that just a fancy way of saying pure damage? Because it's basically pure or close to. But...
I love pure damage.
Slashlow is
You're
not
not-
loving this damage.
Yeah, you don't have to think about any reductions or anything. You don't need to do math.
I think Slashlow... I mean, he doesn't want the deny to happen. That's why Whisper's not come in onto him, but... I think you just deny him at this point. Like, why even sit around? So,
he can't deny himself yet, and the Whisper.
No, but I'm
is just
saying, like,
toying
Whisper
with him.
just, like, instead of
Yeah,
just
but-
getting rid of him, right?
Yeah, but Whisper has wild axes, so he's gonna surprise him.
Oh,
with
got
that.
him.
Yep.
Yep,
Here it
gets the
comes.
kill. And the bot lane, Ogre goes down, and response Vampire will fall as well. So this tri lane finally finds its upside.
Yep, big play from Whisper. He's pretending like he doesn't have wild axes, and then getting a kill. Also, it's easy. I mean, it's easy to deny yourself because the miscoil self-damage is pure, so you don't have to do the math and do the reductions once again.
Okay, all the supports are just dying in this game. All you need to know
many-
is we're not 5 minutes
How many
in.
kills did you miss?
So,
Be honest.
so we looked up to talk about your Whisper scenario. Came back bot a second too late for Stinger to deny himself to the tower, and then we just about missed Ogre love tapping the Magnus. So,
So you're literally
the-
just watching the corpses.
the takeaway here, basically, Lacoste, is hire an obs and hire me to do the shouting. We're going to take your money away, and we're going to give it to Scriff and Weapons. And then we'll figure out what we pay you in. We'll pay you in fancy sportswear, as we pay Stinger in arrows. 1 rune apiece on both sides of the map, so 2 for 2. The farm looking good now for Whisper. After getting that solo kill, actually sitting top of CS as well with 11 denies. We don't know how many of those are his boards. We just know that Beastmaster is a poor pet owner, as he tends to kill his own animals. Definitely a problem.
That's not a nice thing to say.
Hey, well, I'm sorry, do you think that makes a good pet owner?
No, I mean just like killing your own pet, man.
Chris
Oh,
Lock, you know
arrow
what doesn't
mid
make a good fit? Dying a lot. That was good from Vampire. Like, he was sitting in that tree line for a good 10, 12 seconds waiting for the opportunity. And now both supports are rotating,
Dire's
but
middle
like,
tower is under attack.
do they know he's still here? Maybe, but you can't stop him from escaping, so this rotation... I guess it stops him from killing your Monkey King again, but doesn't really do much else. Meanwhile, Slashlow being dove. And Whisper could easily get another kill here. He has the 6.
Against
There it
no
is.
boots.
He can't even deny himself.
Whisper playing this lane so well.
Radiant structures are
This is
fortified.
it's looking a little bit grim of a start for Gambit. I mean, they got some good early kills. Right now, they are definitely investing heavily on GPK, who is 2 kills up on the mid lane already. Bot lane, FNG will fall though. See, we caught that one, Lacoste.
Damage
We're evolving. Yeah, his double damage is less impressive than Dream's damage. And Hector he's been baited in a little here. GPK with the rotation, gets the kill into the PL, and now Schofield needs to get the hell out of dodge. We'll be able to do so, but the damage is already done.
refill Storm Spirit's bottle, give him Bloodlust. He goes back to mid lane.
Give him everything, you know, just give him Bloodlust, Decision Aura, GPK, please carry our game. I think that's actually like the ridiculous part about mid at the moment, right? Is because you are rotating to the outer lanes to make them better or recover yourself, mid is the most definitive position by far at the moment, I feel. As he'll move in. Hector gets caught. Already used the doppelganger, so no escape. Arrow just to make sure, and actually Schofield almost skewered into it, and because it's skewered forward, they can easily run him down under the tower. GPK is just juggling everyone on this team right now.
He needs to get some kills. Alright, that's a double kill for him, so that the time
FNG can do
on
this.
the mid should
Stinger
be worth
stun.
it.
Alright, Primal Roar out, but he's not under the tower. He doesn't have any mana, however, so GPK trying to at least take one with him will fail to do so.
At least on the mid lane. Chris Luck is getting some farm. He was not having an easy time because he was laning against the Storm Spirit. Man, Stinger, 5 deaths, 7 minutes in.
Just the Cottle life. Just Cottle on the tri lane. I mean, you'd hope he'd be doing better due to Blinding Light. Then again, some of us think Blinding Light is ridiculous, so let's not hope for broken spells to be better.
The huge difference comes from the off lane. We're
Yes.
left in 1v1 scenario where you have a Baron who doesn't have that much farm, and you have a Beastmaster who's on top of Thwart.
Basically, in this game, we've had 2 mid matchups, right? Like top and mid. And you're seeing completely different stories for each team. Like GPK snowballing for Gambit, but then also you've got Whisper recovering and snowballing for the side of East Coast. GPK finds Hector again. This is the problem. You're 8.5 minutes in the game. You're a level 4 PL trying to jungle. This doesn't feel good.
Yeah, that bottom lane didn't really go well as expected. Man, Whisper, he's level 10. 8 minutes in and has XP gain talent.
He's like, all right, boys, I realize I'm going to have to snowball more as Hector has got a long way to go. Like, you look at the comparison. We mentioned level 4 PL, level 7 Drow. Gambit still feeling mostly more cozy. The problem is these double boars. I mean, the arrow won't change the outcome. He tries to turn for bloodlust, but now Dream doesn't
might be a
rise.
problem.
Primal Roar. Dream is dead.
Ranger.
Yeah, Whisper's, he's too tanky. Vampire will TP away. They needed to bring GPK if they wanted to make that happen. Now, Chris Luck and GPK rotate to the bot. Long ball lightning going in. They get pinged out. Whisper drags him in, but Chris Luck there to save the day. However, the arrow through allows GPK to get the kill. And now they need the body block to stop Chris Luck from getting this damage. But GPK, he'll go down. FNG arrives. Can't get the stun out in time, though. Chris Luck reaches the trees, turns around, and goes back for more as he looks to spill the blood of Vampire. Stun out just in time. Push back. Stinger gets the kill. He says 5 deaths too much. Let's add up the kills now. Ignis spot down. FNG, Chris Luck going for the kill. Be able to find it. The TP back by Drow is going to be punished instantly. Maybe you get the Ignis, but you're going to die for it. In fact, he doesn't even get the goal from the Ignis. Doesn't get the kill on the Stinger. It's a triple kill for Chris Luck, and all of a sudden, Beast Coast mid lane has turned up to the game.
This is exactly what they needed to do. Chris Luck, after not having a good laning stage, he's left alone for a couple of minutes, and then he makes a great rotation. There's gonna be 4 bounty runes on top of that.
Ay, ay, ay. And, you know, that,
Suddenly, they're 3,000 gold ahead.
that's the secret of Beast Coast. Of course, you know how this is. And this time, it's not even K1 who's got all the gold. But he will recover mighty fine with the assistance of a level 3 in power.
Radiant's bottom tower is under
Meanwhile,
attack.
I look at Gambit's offlaner, who is still not moved out of this lane. But Catapult has arrived, so maybe he can get some damage in. Or maybe they'll kill him because they're rotating around the back now.
Avant's positioning will be crucial. He needs to be where Beastmaster is and just remove that ulti with a Photic Shield. He's still chasing the silence. You can't use Doppelganger. One more shield ready
The
in 2
Hector
seconds.
stance again. He didn't have the doppelganger. He's just dead. And Satchlo still has to borrow time, so he's going to keep diving. He says, what's that? What's that comment says? I need to be involved? Okay. I'll get myself an easy kill in a 1-on-2 scenario and still have the catapult pushing the tower. Alright. I think we're content that Satchlo is in the game now. However, Whisper is looking to one-up him. Smoke movement in. The pings are coming out, though. They're aware, and they'll move away with Dream. He has 1 point in the gust, and he might give his life for his greed. Yep, just stood there. Primal Roar comes out, and they won't be able to save him.
Yeah, FNG must be angry. He pinged it out.
Absolutely, and now they're going to try and find a kill, but the ball lightning in is off the mark. The Stinger escapes up top. Mistakes being made by Gambit there. Schlachlo will find Stinger, but he has the blinding light. And he won't use it. Okay, arrow off the mark because the slow connected, but they will be able to find Stinger. Vampire moving to ensure it. Ignis does get dropped as well, but Mirana has leaps.
Oh, not the best leaps, but still, they're not gonna chase. Bottom lane, Beastmaster will put pressure on the tower. I don't think
anyone wants to touch him right now.
Yeah, exactly. Level 13, 12 minutes in. That's a full book one. Just needs to use the courier.
Like
Get in there, give them the damage, give them the attack speed.
I feel like right now, if you're Gambit, the only way you kill Beastmaster is if you bring 4 heroes. And with that tier 1 still standing, the time it takes you.
He's not that tanky. If there's a Storm Spirit +1, Ogre, he still dies. 3 points in Bloodlust. Draws aura is maxed out, so that's a lot of attack speed, a lot of damage.
You have to kill the army though, right? Because you can't hit those arrows otherwise for a start. And smoke movement out from Whisper with Stinger as well. However, Mirana gets caught in the top lane by Hector solo. Had used all those leaps previously, couldn't escape. They're looking at the Storm Spirit here. GPK pretty far out. Whisper, smoke breaks. GPK moves away just in time. Trying to chase through, but too late. They'll find FNG instead. It's not the kill they wanted, but it is a nice constellation prize. They did actually bring Schlachlo down here as well. Not a good Primal Roar target. In fairness to Gambit, this is space for Dream to continue farming. The problem is that Hector, he's also farming. He is catching up. In fact, he's surpassed the Drow Ranger. Not the ideal scenario when you pick this kind of Drow strategy.
Yeah. Right now, they're just going to be farming up, give enough time for Schofield to buy his Blink Dagger, play with 4 other heroes while Hector is farming the jungle. Monkey King is extremely strong at this point. He has Vlad's Aura, Inner Beast, so a lot of attack speed and damage. Echo Saber on top of it. Doesn't have Empower because Magnus is trying to get his Blink Dagger up. Brown Boots.
Also, he's busy giving it to Hector.
Yeah.
Hector's farm comes first, of course. You know the rules. Tower's gone now, so Schlachlo shouldn't feel confident about standing here. But they have used something like Shadow and Vampire. Trying to scout out. We'll see the DD picked up by Monkey King, so all brought him back to farming. Things should be calming down for at least the next minute, as there is a tier 1 top. Expect Beastmaster to move and look there soon. The irony of his own lane being the one that hasn't been felled at the tier 1 yet. I mean, he dove the tower, just didn't ever kill the tower. No, there's potential on each side. The thing to look at here is probably going to be the farm on the +1 in the next few minutes. Like, you have got Bloodlust on one side with the procs from Drow, but then you've got that cleave on the other.
And they're doing a good job, just sticking together, not allowing Storm Spirit
We might die.
get a pick off. Yeah, he might actually die.
No! They mistimed it a little bit. He just about gets away with the ball lightning. Would have been a big pick off as well. It feels like right now, the only thing that is preventing Beast Coast from going anywhere on the map is this threat of Storm Spirit, right? Like, he can still do a lot of damage at this stage. Sure, he's curbing off a bit because they've caught up on the Monkey King and the Beastmaster's out of control. But there's still pick-off potential enabled by GPK.
Beast Coast, they want to get this Blink Dagger up on Mag, smoke up, try to get a kill or two, transition that in a tower. If it's near the Roche pit, they're going to take the Roche, since they have the Vlads and the Inner Beast.
FNG, just tanking the Primal Roar. So no one else has to. Always the frustration with Beastmaster. It's not the Primal Roar, it's not the creep army. Well, it is, it's a part of the creep army, it's the Hawks. This frustrating vision you can never be certain of. Always mobile, always showing around the map, and always showing off where you are. Go field. Skier in. He'll RP for that. I'll move across now with the Monkey King, and the Drow Ranger has been caught and courted. Goes for the TP away. It was brave. It's a good idea, but not enough health. Maybe build a bracer next time. That happens. Dyer's top tower goes, as does the bot tower of Radiant. Trade on the tier 2s, and it looks like Beast Coast want to pressure high ground. Why wouldn't you at this stage in the game?
Why wouldn't you? Hector is farming. You don't need your 5th player.
That's true. DPK's 5th player is not here either. Storm's still farming the enemy's jungle. So, 16.5 minutes into the game, the first tier 3 falls, and that'll open up the shrines at a very early point for Beast Coast to take. All of a sudden, it's Gambit who are the ones being grabbed by the gonads. It feels, honestly, I don't think we can understate enough how much work Whisper has done in this game to salvage it for his team. Because you mentioned that bot lane, it did not look overwhelmingly good for Beast Coast. The mid lane, 2 solo kills, or 1 solo kill and another kill for GPK.
It's pretty much a Whisper show at this point. He's involved in 12 out of 18 kills, but it was a tri lane against a tri lane, so there were a couple of kills there. Basically, he's involved in every single one of those. Big zip!
But not a big kill. They were looking for the Beastmaster. They only found the poor little Magnus instead. Monkey King. Careful. Long zip.
Oh,
Arrow
arrow.
connects as well. GPK jumps straight on top of it. Ignis goes down. Chrislock, he's still alive. Primal Roar goes out as well with the GPK. Phonic Shield protects him though. And Chrislock, he gets the lifesteal, turns around, heals up with a double balance strike, finishes off on the Vampire, and FNG on the backline gets found out. Slashler and GPK will retreat up top. But Hector is still hunting. GPK is out of mana. No one is TPing to the shrine, so it looks like the rest of Gambit will go out. But their aggression was heavily punished.
The thing is, this Phantom Lancer is their win condition. Drow Ranger can't really match up. If the amount of the farm that they have, she needs Maelstrom / Mjolnir plus Aghanim Scepter to be able to stand and fight against the PL. Also, Storm Spirit on level 15, he decided to go for 400 health instead of a remnant damage. Usually when you go for Bloodstone, you don't need the extra damage since you're tanky enough, and with remnant damage, you're able to clear the Phantom Lancer illusions easier.
And speaking of tanky, Whisper is too tanky for GPK to take Sully with the DD. Now the RP comes out. Low on mana, but Storm might be able to move away. Gus goes out. Only connects on the 1. GPK gets out of the Wukongs, but barely. FNG runs the other side, dragging Chrislock away from GPK. GPK starts that DD. Are they going again? Yes, they're going to try. Buyback can come from FMG. BKB. Chrislock moving in. Damage. They need some more procs on the Drow. GPK gets to the tree line. Phonic Shield protects him. Lifesteal turnaround Vampire. Leaps away just in time, but Chrislock now chasing. Dream. Slow down. Balance strike. Connects onto the Drow Ranger. Brings it down. FNG. Arrow through. Blocked out by the Necronomicon. Whisper. Beautifully microed. Keeps his core alive. And now, all lining in. GPK pushed away. Blind Lights there. Primal Roar follow up as well. The side. They find a kill on the Slasher. He denies himself out, but GPK barely able to get out. FNG won't be so lucky. That will be the dieback for the past 5 Ogre. And Beast Coast, they might just go high ground here again.
That's 5-for-0 trade, and they're not stopping.
Radiant's middle tower.
Things looking grim for Gambit. Glyph will be used by a little bit of time. Ball lightning out. GPK just trying to slow this down. As they don't have the Primal Roar, they can't instantly punish him. But Ignis is available in 5 seconds. At which point, they could potentially kill him if they balance strike afterwards perfectly.
The attack speed from Inner Beast and the Vlad's giving them more than enough damage to actually kill these barracks in time.
Exactly. And they'll claim their first lane. Last time they came and took a tier 3 tower. This time they took tier 3 tower plus the racks. Beast Coast. You make one more mistake, Gambit, and they won't just take a lane, they'll take the game. And this TP out from Slashlow is the kind of mistake you don't want. He has borrowed time, but he's so far away from base, I'm not sure reinforcements are going to get there in time. GPK has to back off. Bound the strike. Connects on the 3 heroes. Ignis goes down afterwards. GPK down to half HP. Slashlow will go down. This isn't the centaur stomping onto him. And Chrislock is still chasing. He's hunting for more. Dream. He's on top of him. BKB activated. Gust wouldn't help you even if it wasn't on cooldown. Chrislock, no boundless strike for 8 seconds. But the slow coming through. Illuminate. One more hit needed. Couldn't find it. Don't hit with this Magnus, but he will hit with a boundless strike. Skewer back. FNG. This is looking all over. Gambit. Only 1 member left. Beast Coast don't even need to leave anymore.
This is it. I mean, the lanes are not pushed in because Storm's doing his job, so they can't take Raxus on the bottom lane, but they're
12k behind. They're going to lose their shrine, and this should be Roche now, right? There's no way Beast Coast don't exploit this.
They don't have to go Roche right away. They can still take one more fight, but so far Beast Coast playing exactly how it's needed. They move in as 5. They're not giving Storm Spirit the opportunity to pick off anyone.
I mean, Storm Spirit is just trying to become a right-click carry at this stage. That's the other thing. Like, to that 400 health, he's looking at this scenario where he has all this attack speed and realizes they don't actually have a front liner because Slashlow, he only lasts a matter of seconds in these engagements. In fact, you see sometimes how early he has to even pop the borrowed time. Because obviously there's that threat with Chrislock getting to a stage where he could, in theory, boundless strike you and kill you before it even goes off automatically. Scary times for Gambit.
Once BL gets that heart, he's gonna become unkillable. And he's really close to it, 2,000 gold away from it.
And this is a Magnus draft, so this isn't like the Naga games you see where it's like the Naga's unkillable, but she doesn't really do too much damage, right? This is Empower. This is you just whittling away at their health in a matter of moments. And it looks like Beast Coast, they're coming back to the bot lane to finish what they previously started. And look at Monkey King. He's almost got the Aghanim Scepter.
Yeah, so both supports now have Ghost Scepter, which means that they're not going to be dying to neither Storm Spirit nor Drow Ranger, and they can go into Roche Pit right now. Yeah, it's going to take them 10 seconds to kill the Roche.
No Solar Crest, but not needed. Attack speed will do. Lots of it. The Empower's going out. Chris Luck moves across as well. Likely they put this on Chris Luck. And actually, I do believe that is 10 gold off Aghanims complete and a second life to work with. The gold difference matters entirely as it's basically being milked to the maximum by the side of Beast Coast. Like, you look at their heroes. PL's got a little bit of extra cheddar in the cage, but most of their gold is actually spent. GPK, Chris Luck didn't have the Balance Strike. He just farmed with it. And he tips him as a result. I mean, you have to. Stinger's even in on that. It's like, well, if you weren't such a greedy core just farming a few creeps with Boundless Strike, we would have killed the only hero which is slowing down these pushes right now. And you can already see that GPK, I mean, he's getting close to this Orchid, but you're in a game
He's
now.
saving for a buyback at the moment.
He has to, but you're also, like, you're in a game now, right, where there's a Manta on a PL, there's a BKB for a Monkey King. There aren't that many decisive Orchid targets, especially with the Ghost Scepters for the supports to protect themselves. This feels like the side Gambit maybe bit themselves in their own ass with this right-click build. Arrow through, doesn't hit. Forces Stinger to use the Ghost Scepter to protect himself. Dream is farming. He's farming himself a dream of a better game, because he's going for the Aghanim Scepter next on a Drow as his second big item.
This is it. They're good to go. Aghanim Scepter on Monk. PL finished his heart, which means that he can reset the fight multiple times with Doppelganger regioning up. Chris Luck is in.
Yep, no balance strike, so you can't get the Jingu off. But they can go for the tower. They're going to force Gambit to defend. GPK moves in, holding the RP, trying for it again, just trying to bait it out. Arrow off the mark as well. They could go for it now. There is the RP. GPK caught out of the base. Will go down. Does have the buyback.
Let's go.
RPK. We're playing with Modern Warfare guns now. Chris Luck moving in. Wukong's is down. GPK can't stop it in time. I'll zone him away for them to easily take the racks. And Chris Luck, he says, come at me. Anyone who wants to fight, it's not just my Wukongs. It's my army of monkeys left behind. Second lane will fall.
Only 2 racks is left on the bottom without a tower. Bounty rune spawn. They don't have to rush anything. Pick up those. There's also double damage on top. Storm Spirit. He found the Keeper of the Light, but Ghost Scepter will keep him alive.
Like one of those moments where it's like, I see him, but I can't kill him. And Chris Luck might kill you because he has a DD. Oh, they dropped, cut the trap. They found him. Maybe they can bring him down in time, but can they get him twice is the real question. They'll get through him once. No arrow for 5 seconds. They might just have to back away now because Hector is going ever deeper, zoning them out. And Chris Luck on the prowl, moving forward, looking on the vampire. Forced stuff to get himself away, but no leaps to work with means he dies. Buyback comes out. Beast Coast wanted a reason to come back into the base, and they have it straight away. Satchel low on HP. Dodge out on the arrow by Hector. K1 has finally turned up to this game. Top of the net worth chart on the PL. Gambit not long for this world right now. Skewer back. FNG gets caught out. DPK can't do anything to stop it. Numbers overwhelmed. Zerg factor is at 10. And Beast Coast are ready to close this one out. As mega creeps have been achieved, the GG is called. Gambit, they give up. Nothing left in the chamber. Beast Coast take the series 2-1.
I love the teams who understand that the game is over, so they don't even take the fight. Sometimes in Dota, you don't have to give up because you can turn games around, especially if the enemy makes a mistake. But in this kind of scenario, you know it's over. Your Drow Ranger, I'm not going to say lacks 2 items, but she didn't have enough time to farm it because it's hard to play from behind against the Phantom Lancer and Monkey King. And I think this game just shows how much of a difference one player can make. If you compare Beastmaster to Abaddon, what they achieved, especially in the laning stage. I love how Whisper played from the start, had one point in the Axis, was saving it to surprise him so he can't deny himself, got a kill, then he got level 6 before him, killed him again, had the phase boots, and just kept dominating from there. He basically single-handedly won them the game. Well, we got to give some credit to Chris Luck as well. His rotations were on point. Well, Hector was just their insurance policy for the late game.
Definitely. But in fairness, Chris Luck's rotations were what we call recovery rotations, right? It wasn't Whisper's rotations where it's like, I'm going to assert dominance on the whole map now. He was definitely pivotal in the winning this, and that's something that kind of like we don't get to see too much at the moment. There's a lot of the offlaners have fallen back to this safe style, right? Where you take the dispels and you just tank up and you ensure people don't die, but you don't necessarily kill people. Whereas Whisper is still playing that kind of offlaner from half a year ago where it's like, I'm just going to murder everyone, dude. I'm just going to run in. There's going to be blood everywhere. And there's going to be tears in their eyes as Gambit are knocked down and out.
Yeah, kind of surprised that they're out considering...
Well, they're not out, but they're down the lower bracket. So they're losers.
Yeah, I mean...
I just thought I'd correct that before because I just said out and then you said out and like, oh, no, don't worry, guys. It's not that type of elimination. They still have the opportunity to bounce back.
Yeah, but I expected them to be in the upper bracket, to be honest, considering how well they played during ESL Hamburg, and they showed that they can beat J-Storm in 14 minutes, and now it's not looking good for them. It's only one best of one.
Yeah.
Maybe they are so close to elimination. Credits to Beast Coast, even with one of the players being kind of still sick. We asked him before the series started how they're feeling. He said he's still sick, but I mean, he delivered in this game. We got to give him credit for that.
Yeah. Instead of puking into a bowl, he crapped on his opponents, and as a result, Beast Coast have one more series to play. That's right, folks. Especially for the SA fans who are waving their flags in the chat right now, you get to see more of them. As up next, in a short period, after a short break, we will get to see maybe more Whisper carry, maybe more K1 farming, or maybe we'll just see J-Storm slam dunk them in return. As up next, we will have J-Storm versus Beast Coast. Stay tuned. Don't run away anywhere. Plenty of action still to come on Beyond the Summit 2.